Look, if you spend enough time on the internet, you are going to find a million videos telling you how to decode women. They'll tell you if she plays with her hair, she wants you. If she texts back in 5 minutes, she's obsessed. And as a psychologist, I just have to sit back and laugh because that's just surface level noise. That's behavioral trivia. If you want to understand true female psychology, if you want to know what a woman does when she is completely, undeniably down to her core in love with a man, you have to throw out the pickup artist manuals. Because a woman who is truly in love operates on a completely different psychological plane. When a woman genuinely falls, her brain chemistry alters, her attachment systems lock in, and she starts doing things that she reserves for nobody else on this planet. Not her best friends, not her family, just you. So, let's just talk about it, raw and straight. Here are 8 things a woman will only do if she truly loves you. Number 1, she lets the mask drop completely. And by that, I mean she lets you see her ugly. Listen, women are conditioned from birth to be hyper-aware of how we are perceived. Impression management is practically baked into our DNA. We want to be seen as put together, beautiful, emotionally stable, pleasant. But holding that mask up takes an immense amount of cognitive and emotional energy. When a woman loves you, you become her safe harbor. And what happens when you reach a safe harbor? You drop the armor. She will let you see her when she is sick, gross, completely exhausted, or crying so hard her face is swollen. She won't hide in the bathroom to put on concealer before you wake up. She lets you see the unfiltered, unpolished, chaotic version of herself. Psychologically, this is massive. It means her nervous system has identified you as home. She isn't performing for you anymore. She just is. Which actually bleeds right into the second thing. When she loves you, she starts violently protecting your peace. I don't mean she fights your battles for you. You're a man, you handle your own. I mean she becomes acutely aware of your mental bandwidth. A woman who is just casually dating you doesn't really care how stressed you are. She still wants you to entertain her. But a woman in love? Her empathy mirrors your stress. If she knows you've had a brutal week at work, she will proactively remove obstacles from your path. She won't pick a petty fight. She'll quiet the house down. She'll handle a logistical problem without asking you for help, just so you have one less decision to make. In evolutionary psychology, this is a deep, nurturing instinct transferring onto a romantic partner. She is actively trying to preserve your energy because she views your well-being as tied directly to her own. And this is the paradox of female psychology, which brings me to number 3. She will also fight with you, but she fights differently. Guys, you need to understand this. A woman's silence is not a victory. If she is annoyed with you and she just goes quiet and completely withdraws, that is a sign of emotional detachment. That's apathy. The opposite of love isn't hate, it's indifference. When she loves you, she will argue with you. She will hold your feet to the fire because she cares about the outcome of the relationship. She is willing to experience the extreme discomfort of conflict because she wants to bridge the gap between you two. She fights for understanding, not to destroy you. If she's crying in frustration, explaining why you hurt her, it's because her emotional investment in you is so deep that a disconnection feels physically painful to her. She fights because she is terrified of losing the bond. And while we are on the topic of trust, number 4 is about control, or rather, the surrender of it. Modern women are practically trained to be hyper-independent. I don't need a man, I can do it myself, I have my own money, my own life, and that's fine, that's a survival mechanism. But it's exhausting. When a woman truly falls in love with a masculine, capable man, she does something that goes against all her modern conditioning. She yields. She lets you take the lead. She trusts your judgment over her own anxiety. If you say, "I've got this handled," she actually exhales and steps back. Psychologically, giving up control requires a terrifying level of vulnerability. It means she trusts you not to crash the car, metaphorically speaking. She trusts your competence and your intentions. If a fiercely independent woman suddenly starts asking for your input on major life decisions or letting you plan things without micromanaging you, she is deeply in love. She has finally found someone strong enough that she can stop playing the bodyguard for her own life. Number 5 is subtle, but once you see it, you can't unsee it. She integrates you into her future pacing without even realizing she's doing it. I don't mean she sits down and demands a ring and a wedding date. That's conscious planning. I'm talking about subconscious cognitive reorganization. She stops thinking in terms of I and starts thinking in terms of we. She'll be talking about a trip she wants to take next year, and she'll just automatically assume you're coming. She'll buy groceries, and she'll pick up that specific weird brand of hot sauce you like without you asking, just because she views your preferences as part of her household now. You start taking up permanent real estate in her brain, her entire map of the future, from tomorrow's dinner to a house in 5 years, is completely redrawn with you standing right in the center of it. Now, number 6. This is a big one. When a woman loves you, she becomes your ultimate PR agent. She becomes fiercely, aggressively protective of your reputation. Behind closed doors, she might critique you. She might call you out on your bullshit. But in public, in front of her friends, in front of her family, you are a king. She will not tolerate anyone disrespecting you. If her friends start bashing men or complaining about their boyfriends, she will either stay silent or she will actively defend you. She highlights your wins. She brags about your character. In female psychology, we have an in-group bias, and when she loves you, you become the most important member of her in-group. Tearing you down would be like tearing herself down. If she complains about you constantly to her friends, she doesn't respect you. If she builds a fortress of respect around your name when you aren't in the room, that's deep, deep love. Which leads us to number 7. The physical grounding, the gaze. Oxytocin is a hell of a hormone, right? It's the bonding chemical. And women release it heavily through touch and eye contact. Have you ever caught a woman just looking at you? Not when you're talking to her, not when you're performing or being funny, just when you're driving, or reading, or fixing something. You look over, and she has this soft, almost trance-like look on her face. What she's doing in that moment is literally regulating her nervous system through you. Her brain is looking at you, verifying that you are there, feeling the safety of your presence, and releasing a hit of dopamine and oxytocin. You are her anchor. She uses your physical presence to ground herself in the world. It's why she wants to lay her legs across yours on the couch, even if you're doing 2 different things. She doesn't need constant conversation, she just needs proximity to her anchor. And finally, number 8. The absolute ultimate sign that a woman is in love with you. She gives you the power to destroy her. I know that sounds dramatic, but from a psychological standpoint, it's the truth. To love someone completely is to hand them the knife and trust them not to use it. A woman who is guarding her heart will always keep one foot out the door. She'll keep a backup plan. She'll hold back a piece of herself so that if things go wrong, she won't be totally shattered. But when she truly loves you, she burns the ships. There is no backup plan. She exposes her deepest insecurities, her childhood traumas, her deepest fears, knowing full well that you could use that information to ruin her. She risks absolute devastation for the chance at absolute connection. She forgives your human flaws. She looks at the parts of you that you think are broken, and she decides to stay anyway. She stops looking for an exit strategy. Listen, female psychology is complex, sure. We are a labyrinth of emotions and societal conditioning and biology. But love, real love, it's actually quite simple. It strips away the games. It strips away the ego. If you have a woman in your life who is showing you these 8 signs, who is dropping her mask, protecting your peace, fighting for your connection, surrendering control, weaving you into her future, guarding your name, grounding herself in your presence, and trusting you with her fragile heart, don't play games with her. Don't take it for granted, because that level of psychological devotion is rare. It is profound, and it is the most powerful force you will ever experience in your life.